Hey guys, I'm attempting to make some extensions for our snowplow for our tractor. It's a 6-foot plow blade right now, and I'm extending it out to 7'6". I've watched a few videos and some good ideas people have shown on YouTube, and I've kind of taken that and put that into what we're doing with this tractor. And I'm just making straight extensions for this. So what I did, I took some 1/4-inch plate and took my plasma cutter and basically traced out the profile of the plow blade. Once I did that, I offset and scribed in an 1/8-inch plate and then plasmaed out those brackets. I made 4 of those, 2 for each side. Then I got some 1/8-inch plate, which I've got right now just tacked in place, holding that shape, and it came out pretty well. I think the profile matches really well. There's just a hair maybe that in the middle, but overall that came out really well on both sides. So to get this to get the shape, to start to get it to a radius, I took our old trusty Harbor Freight 3-in-1 press, brake, and slip roll. And 1/8-inch plate is well beyond the limits of this this Harbor Freight slip roll, but with 2 of us and patience, it worked. I was able to get that shape pretty darn close to what I needed. Then from there, I put it on the bench. Basically, I took the pieces that I plasmaed out of the 1/4-inch plate, and I clamped it down to the table on both sides. Then I basically just took this wooden wedge, and it was very close in shape, drove the wedge behind it to finish it, then came around the other side. I worked it from the middle going out, and these are just tacked right now, so I got to finish all these welds off and clean it up. But once I got the middle tacked, then I worked my way out, and then from there I could use clamps and clamp it off. And this, I didn't have obviously I don't have anything that can bend this, so I had to weld this on. It's a little bit on, it was a pretty good gap, so it's a little bit on the hoggy side, but it'll work for what we're using it for. And I've got to fill these in. I'm going to put some filler metal in there and weld that all in, make it nice and strong. Then the next plan is to incorporate, I'm going to take, maybe go on this side. I have tube steel, basically tube steel, that I'm going to weld a female piece on here with some plates that gusset on the side. I'm not going to drill holes through. I don't really want to weaken this plow frame, but I thought what I could do is I could accessory plate on each side and put basically 2 pieces of tube steel on. And I'm going to put the female ones on the plow frame, the larger ones, and then I will weld in the mates, the male side, so this whole thing can slide in place. And then I think I'll probably utilize a couple of these holes that are on these guys here just as a clamping force to help it. And I'll add some gussets in here to strengthen these up. So that's the plan right now. Gonna make the plow again, 7'6" wide. So I'm gonna stop here, and then I'll pick up when I've got a little bit more done. Put at the by the bottom here. This is 1/2-inch steel plate. I'm gonna look for pieces of rubber over here. I'll cut this up a little bit, and then I'm gonna put some 1/2-inch rubber. Try that first and see how it works. And these are gonna be good for lighter snow and slush or whatever. But when the banks get really hard and frozen like they always do here, I would be reluctant to try and use these. So we'll punch back the ice and stuff with the main plow, and then when we get more snow, we'll just put the extensions back on, and hopefully we'll see how it goes. But anyway, I'm gonna stop here and pick up where next portion of the build. Thanks.